What's up, family? Welcome to the Mental Game Podcast. As you can see, I have my sissy over here to my left. Probably looking at this, it's probably my right. But y'all see it, man. Look, today we talking about boundaries. Let's talk about it here on the Mental Game Podcast. What's up, family? Welcome to the Mental Game Podcast, man. To my left, y'all right, my sissy poo, Chanelli, my big brother Marcus's better half. You know what I'm saying? I got my baby, well, not my baby brother, my big brother. I'm like a little tongue-tied. I just woke up from a nap before they got here. So I just want to welcome my sister-in-law, Chanel.
Whoop, whoop.
Say hi to the people, Chanel. Let them know about yourself.
Hello, everybody. I am Chanel Dawson, the wife of the wonderful Marcus Dawson, which is JJ's big brother, not older brother. But
yeah. I mean, he's an older brother.
He's older.
Yeah, he's an older brother.
Know,
he ain't too much old. I think he died.
But he's not the oldest. He think he is. But he's not the oldest. But he's older. Yeah.
Nah, I think he dyed his beard. I swear he's supposed to have a whole lot more gray hair than he has. Man, shout out to my big brother, man. He's in the studio with us. He's in the game room. You know what I'm saying? He's in the mental game room right now. Y'all can see the people that's watching, man. Y'all probably just seen his hand.
The
hand. Nah, but today's mental game of the day, mental game of the week. Okay, because probably by the time this airs on a mental Monday, it's gonna be, the mental game for the week. You know what I'm saying? It's getting yourself together sometimes means growth over company. And how I feel about that is like when I think about it, it's like you gotta kind of like choose yourself in a way. You know what I mean? It's like you can't worry about impressing all these people around you, and worrying about these other, quote unquote negative relationships and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And friendships. And sometimes in some situations maybe even family. So, sometimes you gotta choose you know what I'm saying, you gotta choose growth over company. You gotta make the right decisions, no matter whose feelings, you might hurt. So I'm a real big advocate on that, choosing growth over company. Cause like y'all know, my circle is small. You know what I'm saying? I think all the friends I have, y'all know them. It's like, it's a hand. Well, I mean, I know a lot of people. I'm friends with a lot of people, but like as far as like my circle of people that I constantly communicate with outside of family, it's pretty small. So
right, yeah.
So what you got? What you think about that, Chanelli?
So you have a circle.
Uh-huh.
See, I have a dot, right?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Cause see, I have a dot, right? You got a circle, but
right.
I got a dot because when I was growing up, I had a circle, but then when I got grown, right, and bills started coming in my name, and stuff started changing, and then I had a lot more responsibility that leaned on me.
Right.
My circle became a dot because everybody can't fit in your dot.
Right. Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
Yeah, because when it comes time, for bills to be due, and you go to the people who are in your circle, you'll find out that they don't fit in your dot. Because
absolutely.
people who fit in your dot, when they know you're having hard times, they're gonna look out for you,
absolutely.
right? And
absolutely.
it's not many. It's not many. Even in your family, it's not many.
Right.
That's gonna look
absolutely.
out for you. So yeah, my circle is a dot, and I love that because you have to, when you start changing in life, you have to minimize the people who have access to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they don't care as much as you think when it comes to
talking about.
Your business.
Right.
Your business is your business.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. They don't care. They don't like that's kind of one of the things I was with my businesses. It's like you'll start something with people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or like, different journeys and stuff. That's why I don't like It's kind of like one of the reasons I got out of fantasy football. You know what I'm saying? It's, you gotta depend on people to do right, depend on other people to do right, and I'm sitting there trying to manage the league and make it better, and it's just like I always felt like I was getting some type of pushback, and you know, nobody else is seeing what I'm doing behind the scenes, what I'm doing, and they just say, we don't need a commissioner, like this, that, and other, and it's like, dang, man, and then with with different businesses, you might start them with people, and then it's like you might feel like 100% full go about it, but then so you got this other person that's like, oh man, I thought this was just gonna be a hobby or something like that, and then they not putting in they full potential with whatever it is that you got to do. You know what I'm saying? They're like, all right, man, it's kind of, we got to put this towards this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, are we really doing that? Type.
Right.
So growth over company. Sometimes you got to make those hard decisions. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? And in that, that's where you set your healthy boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I didn't want to put all that on I just like that general topic title, boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you want to set, you don't want to set negative boundaries. You don't want to shut people out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put that type of boundary up. You want to set healthy boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you don't want everybody to just have access to you. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens, you know what I'm saying, you start kind of, overexerting yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, we'll talk about that in a minute. But first.
Come on. With the first. What's first?
First. I got some questions.
Uh-oh.
Now your husband, he know about these questions.
Uh-oh.
I'm notorious with questions. And I'm generally hard on family members with questions.
Well, come on with the questions.
You know what I'm saying? I let people off easy. You know what I'm saying? They not family. You know what I'm saying? But I love everybody.
Yeah.
But I give it to my family, the worst.
Well,
you know
come
what I'm
on,
saying? I had to serve your husband last time, man, when it came to the what was it, Marcus? The women top 5 women singers, entertainers. Yeah, I had to serve your husband last week. Not last week, but last time he was on the show. Yeah.
And he forgot about his. I saw it. He forgot about his little booth. I was like, I know he gonna say Brandy. I know she gonna be at the top.
Yeah, but see, and he the reason I like Brandy because I wasn't too full on Brandy. Like really, all my musical choices. He the reason I listen to R&B music over rap music. You know what I'm saying? Because my brother's musical taste, and he was like. And then it was like, man, this is how you get the girls, man. You got to listen to R&B music. I was like, okay, like this how you spit your game. This how you talk your like.
Player.
All right, Marcus.
Then he met a real one, honey.
Yes,
Shut the game
down. Shut it down. How many years later? Tell the people how many years later.
20 years,
Woo,
honey.
20 years
later.
Years.
Shut the game down.
20 years. Shut it down, man.
Yeah.
20 wonderful, beautiful years.
Yeah.
I've been here, and I'm glad I've been here for every minute of it. Let me tell y'all about my big sister, man. My big sister's known me since I was 11 years old.
You was 13.
13? I thought Kim was 11. Why I keep thinking I was 11?
Nope, Kim was 11. You was 13.
Yeah.
Taking my car out for a drive.
Yeah, my brother was trying to teach me how to drive. He just didn't realize who car he was in. You know what I'm saying?
He realized he just didn't care.
Yeah. I'm going to let Marcus tell y'all that story next time you're on the show, man. Look, but boundaries.
He didn't know his boundaries.
Yeah, he wasn't practicing healthy boundaries back then, man. He let me being a little reckless back then. But I appreciate it, man.
That's my little brother.
It was a learning experience. I appreciate it.
And you made it through.
Yes, I did. But now my sister has been here through thick and thin and then some, and always looking out for me, you know what I'm saying? Like she didn't have to, she married into the family, but you know what I'm saying, she's my sissy poo still. And you know what I'm saying, I remember I always go back to you remember that talent show y'all came to when we was doing like the Boys to Men fashion show and stuff? And
that was way back.
Yeah, that was way back in the day. And Mama wasn't here. I think what was Mama? I think Mama was in the Bahamas. And of course she couldn't come to to the show. But I know y'all came. Y'all came out to support me, and then they had a segment in the show where you bring up your mother figure. You know what I'm saying, to kind of celebrate them. And I thought, did they give you a little gift or something like that for me to give to you?
I can't remember. I'm old.
Don't claim that you
I am, man. Listen, I just turned 47, and my body is like, gosh. Girl, you 47.
Be proud of that, sis.
Oh, I am. Please. I'm proud of that 47.
Please be proud of that. You look good, sis. You look good for 47. Don't y'all be gaming on my sister, man. Look, my brother right here.
You better not.
And if he don't say it, I'm gonna set it off for him. You know what I'm saying? But I brought my sister on stage, you know what I'm saying, to represent, you know what I'm saying, and I know at that time y'all didn't have Kayla yet, so no. I know that meant I know it meant a lot for me, you know what I'm saying. And then a few years later, 3 years later, Kayla came. Cause I remember it was 2006, right? Yeah, I was 16 when Kayla came. So man, now Kayla's 16.
16, yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just realized that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bomb drop on the Mental Game Podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Boom.
But let's get into these questions. All right, my first question. What do you want people to know about you?
So, what do I want people to know about me?
Come on, sis. Come on.
One, I need people to know about me. Right? Mm-hmm. That I've been setting boundaries my whole life, but didn't realize it until I've gotten older, right?
Right.
So for me, it's like I want the people to know that I came from the bottom, just like everybody else.
Right, absolutely.
Right? People need to know that when you come across somebody like me, know that I came from the bottom and that I am so. I'm very humble when it comes to where I am today, right?
Absolutely.
Because of the things that I seen my parents go through, and some absent parent, right? Mm-hmm. Like my dad wasn't always there, but my mom was always there. So it's like I just need people to know that wherever you are in life, you can still do better.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
So for me, it's like I'm always striving to do better, setting goals, because goals and boundaries go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
So I want people to know that I'll help you if you need to set a goal for yourself. If you ain't doing good, come on, let me help.
Sis, if you watched the last show, I told you I need to do me a goal board.
Well, I got
a yearly. I need a yearly. I need an annual goal board, like realistic goals.
Real. It's real. We gotta set some goals, man.
Absolutely.
I am a goal setter, and I don't boast and brag, and and then still even today I have to find a way to tell people about my accomplishments, right?
Right.
Most people are, most people on Facebook, they on Instagram, they on Twitter, telling everybody about what they got and what they do. Right. Yeah, and here I am behind the scene. I'm like, okay, why am I not comfortable telling people about what I got? Because I feel like it's boasting, right?
Right.
And I don't ever want people to think I'm boasting about where I am, because guess what? Today, I could be up, but tomorrow I could be down.
Oh, absolutely. Right? That table could, that page could turn on all of us.
Really
you know
quickly,
what I mean? Yes.
Really quickly.
Yes.
So,
as quick as we got it, quickly you can lose it.
Yeah, so I want people to know that I'm very humble when it comes to where I am today.
Absolutely. I agree with that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I can honestly say, because, I kind of have an issue with that too. Because I think that's why my social media presence isn't like where it should be with all the stuff that I do, because it's like I don't know what to. Sometimes you don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, you don't know, what, and then with all the with this cancel culture we have nowadays, you kind of got to be cautious of what what you consider an accomplishment.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because people will do that to you. They'll come in. Shoot you down. Matter of fact, I put a video. In my mind, this kind of relates to it, but I put a video on TikTok today of like we were playing around with the door, and we found out it was windy last night, and we found out we closed the door at that garage. If you close the door a little bit, that window blower there was just open, You know, it's kind of like a ghost was there or whatever. So
Yeah.
I had Gamma, you know, my new puppy Gamma. I had him there, and Nana was acting like she was sleeping. We made a video, you know, just trying to make a funny video.
Yeah.
You know, it couldn't have been no truth to it or anything like that. We was just making a funny video.
Right.
And, you know, we had set the door up, the door blew open. And it's like, I looked, and we took off, and the dog took off with us. He didn't ask no questions. He ain't look back at nothing. He was like, nah, you running, I'm running.
Right,
and the title of the video is like, this is how we found out our dog was black. Because, you know, black folks,
Baby.
you know, black folks, we see another dude running, we going to take off too. We'll ask questions at point B, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Later, I'll ask what happened later.
Exactly. So
what's wrong with that?
Exactly. That was the whole point of the video.
But that's real, though.
But you had people on there, like, you know, like I said, like, people got on there in the comments talking about, oh, now it's because you had the toy and this, that. They're like, regardless, man. Like, why y'all got to sit there and dissect my video and hate on me?
Well,
like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, there's people like that.
Boundaries.
Like, yeah.
Because
exactly.
people don't know their boundaries.
Exactly.
Like, you always, like,
exactly.
for me. And I used to be one, you know what I mean? Like, we talking about it. I used to be one that would overstep my boundaries when it comes to certain things in other people's life, right?
Right.
Because, you know, it's kind of like, you ever seen okay, so this is kind of like a metaphor, right?
Okay.
You know how you look out in the distance and you see what looks to be a river of water.
Right.
But then as you get closer to it, it keeps disappearing. And you're like, wait, now I know I saw a river of water.
Yeah.
Well,
that ripple.
Right.
Yeah.
What they call it, a mirage.
Mirage, yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So that's how life is. Life is a mirage, right?
Yeah.
So you looking at somebody else's life, and what you really see is a mirage because you don't know if what you see is real.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So for me, it's like, I don't try to, like you say, dissect somebody else's life as much as I used to because I'm so busy, you know, trying to plan my own.
Exactly.
Right?
You're over there watering your own grass.
Yeah, I'm watering my own grass. So if I see somebody's video, like if I would have saw that, I'd have laughed because I mean it is totally true. Like if I hear a pop, if somebody get the running, baby, I'm running too.
For real, and that's the whole point of it.
Oh, so, tell me that your tire blew out then, because I'm running. I'm here. If I hear something sound like gunshots, I'm gone. I don't care. Sure, I'll catch you later. You better tell me something.
Ducking and moving.
Look here. Tell me you just dropped the top on the ground or something. I'm running. But that is true. I mean, and you know, it's a lot of people getting their feelings about stuff like that, and it's like, but it really has nothing to do with you, especially if you're of another culture. You wouldn't know unless you are in that culture. You know, especially growing up in New Orleans, going to the French Quarter.
Oh yeah.
Boo, listen, you gotta be ready to run.
Yeah, I told some of my friends some stories of the French Quarter. I was like, man, you better learn. We call it crowd surfing. Man, like you better learn how to crowd surf. Like you better learn how to move.
Run. Yes. Yes.
Man, you go to the wrong port, man. You gotta learn. You gotta learn how to move, son.
That's right. You just say you stay ready, so you don't have to get ready.
Absolutely. That's my favorite quote, man. I love that. It's you know what I'm saying? Because you have to stay ready. Stay ready. Get ready. And I had this truck driver that told me that a long time ago. We used to call him Trimac John because he worked for Trimac. And, of course, his first name was John. We used to call him Trimac John. And matter of fact, he had that on. I think he had it on the back of his truck. You gotta stay ready, keep getting ready, and just and he had like that scruffy, like typical, like it's typical, it's stereotypical for me. Like he had that stereotypical truck driver voice, like that. You know what I'm saying? He had that voice, and he was always, "You got to, man, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all got to get right in here. You got to stay ready, keep getting ready." I'm like, oh goddamn, Trimac John. I'm like, man.
He trying to put you up on game.
Yeah, man. Look, but he was so right, man. Like really, like you know, just. I mean, I guess that's what lead to. You know, I always thought that my overthinking was a bad thing, but it was like literally. But I mean, if you do it in a negative way, yeah, it can be a bad thing. But if you're constantly, like, I guess I'm in a constant state of preparation.
Yeah.
Like even with my businesses and stuff that go on and happen, like. I probably look at my own website at least 5 times a day.
And you're supposed to.
Yeah. Just to check, like, man, what are the people seeing? What are they looking? What can I change?
Yeah.
Does this link work? Does that link work? Like, oh, I didn't know that really worked like that. You start seeing stuff, and you know what I'm saying? So I'm always over-checking myself. and stuff like that, trying to see what else I can get into. And I kind of get overwhelmed by it sometimes, you know, because I got so many other business ideas I want to get into, but I'm trying to, not trying, I'm babying, you know, this business right here, you know, I'm taking my time to, you know, nurture it and, you know, actually put the time into it so it can grow. So, you gotta, you know, keep preparing and keep double checking the double check. One of my other there's this guy that does like a little training at my job. He comes every year and does the training. He's like double check the double check. You know what I'm saying? You can never too you can never too safe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So double check, and I stay ready, keep them getting ready, always.
And doing that, you don't have to go back over yourself,
Absolutely.
Right? That's especially when you're working. You don't have to go back and check. If you do it right the first time, then you don't have to worry about going back and checking.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
If you do it right the first
time. Absolutely.
So that's me. Even on my job, I'd be like, let me do it right the first time because I don't want it to come back and bite me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's life. Yeah. It'll come back and bite you if you do it wrong.
Fernando used to always tell me, like, you know, when we were loading trucks and stuff like that, you know, when you loading trucks and stuff, you got to make sure everything, when you finish, everything is sealed up, right? You know, I think I was training or something like that, and he, like I had went down the stairs or something like that, and I thought somebody had told me that they was gonna close the dome lid for me, right? And he was like, "Hey, did you close the dome lid?" And I was like, "Yeah." What you call it? Like, and he told me, "You never trust what another man tell you." And it's like just this, you know, in working period. If somebody else tell you they're gonna do something, you never trust. You know what I'm saying? You always check it yourself.
Yeah.
That way because when you do this paperwork saying that you know, did whatever to this truck, you know what I'm saying, it's going to have your name on it. So if anything happens from here to there, if this truck go down the road and it's, you know, splashing or throwing stuff all over the place like that, like, hey, you said you know what I'm saying, you can't blame that other person. His name not on the paper. It's yours.
That's right.
So that's why that's the best advice Fernando gave me. It's like, you know, never take what another man tell you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we work around a bunch of men. We not being chauvinistic or anything, people. I'm just saying. That's what he told me.
Yeah, but you know, it's funny because when you use it's so people are so they kill me with this. When you use the word man, it doesn't mean that you're talking about a gender. That's just it's a more dominant word. Right. So when you use man, it's like, oh, I know women truck drivers too. So,
yeah, absolutely.
But it's not like
a lot of women truck drivers.
Yeah,
a lot of them. I see them on the road every day.
So when you use the word man, you know, some people may get offended, but that's a personal thing. Like you don't get offended. That's the boundary, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't get offended by somebody saying, you know, like, you know me, I'm a biblical girl, guys. Listen, I am a biblical girl. I've been living my life as biblically as I can for a long time, okay? And that's to keep my New Orleans from stalking up and beating somebody and ending up in prison, okay?
Yes, indeed.
So I live. No, I'm not holier than thou, but I have biblical boundaries that I follow so that I don't have to beat nobody's behind. Right? So
we all know sis back in the day snatched him up real quick.
Listen,
I remember I got a story, but I don't want to tell it on the podcast.
Yeah, don't tell
somebody almost got snatched.
Don't,
you know what I'm
saying?
Be
telling my background
first
stories.
Couple days, you know what I'm saying, came questioning my sister-in-law. Like, watch yourself.
That was the baddest of the baddest from what I hear. But I'm going to tell you, listen, back in my day, right now, all I can do is pray for people now. Okay?
Absolutely.
I have changed a whole lot. But if you take me too far and you push me beyond that boundary, it's still inside me. Don't get it twisted.
Don't y'all forget, I'm from the south side of heaven. Don't you play with me.
Southside. I put up all them Southside heaven sets.
Yes, indeed.
But we got boundaries in heaven too now. Don't get it twisted. When they say Peter
go out of bounds, okay?
You pull out that sword and cut your ear off.
Oh, dang.
I can get it. Yeah, but you know, it's like you have to keep have to stay, you gotta stay in that place because people will just like your coworker told you. You have to double check yourself because lo and behold, you ask somebody to do something for you. It don't mean that person's gonna do it
exactly, or do it. They're not gonna do it right,
and
they're not gonna put
because your name on it.
Exactly.
They're like,
I just hand tighten this real quick.
Johnny did that. His name on it. So yeah, no,
yes,
you definitely have to, they say dot your I's, cross your T's for yourself, not nobody else.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, my next question, sis.
Come on with the next question. All right.
If you had a whole day where you could do anything you wanted, what would you do? Let me read that again. I want everybody to get, and I'm gonna let y'all know right now while we going through these questions, man. Leave your answers in the comments. You know what I mean? Y'all can find me on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can find me on Instagram. I'm like Coach P. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Coach Prime, man. I ain't hard to find. We coming, but I ain't hard to find. But leave y'all answers in the comments, man. Let us know what your responses to these questions, man. It's not just for us. Y'all can chime in too, man. Let's make this fun for everybody. I want to know. I might, if I get enough, I'll start answering, putting them up on the next show or something like that. I'll start doing that. If I get enough participation, I'll start, share the answers, like other people's answers on the next show. I'll do that. Okay. Yeah. But let me read this again. Because I already know I know my sister mindset, and I know what she's going to be with it, but be selfish.
Do you really know?
Answer this question selfishly, because I know she love her babies, and I'll be with my chick. No. Answer this question for yourself. All right. If you had a whole day where you could do anything you wanted, what would you do?
Now listen. If I had a whole day to do what I wanted to do.
24 hours, sis.
24 hours. Not given if I have my little
little extra, power lap.
Yeah, and then a little extra change. Let me see, because these, the Bible thumpers might not like this.
Right.
Hey, look, tell you some of y'all Bible thumpers. Go ahead and log off right now.
No, don't log off. Keep watching it. But
yeah, keep watching.
Watch
it again.
Discuss.
Or pause it if you want to. Pause it right now because you ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say. So, Bible thumpers.
You like, no, you tell them pause it. Go to your prayer closets.
Go to your prayer closet. Pray hard for me.
Yeah, please. Honey. Then come back and watch.
So for me, it's like if I had a whole day, I would spend it with my mother-in-law and my mama in the casino.
Oh,
that's
man.
What we would. Yes,
I knew it was coming.
Yes, we would. We would be on a progressive machine playing some slots. Yes, we would. Some people call it gambling, but when God has blessed you so much, guess what? It ain't gambling to me. It's going to have fun because you got the money to do it. Absolutely. Now, if you're doing it with your mortgage money and your car note money and I'm going to need you to
tell
stop.
Tell them,
if you selling your food stamps and trying to go in the casino with your kids' money, your kids hungry, and they hair all over the place, stop it. Man. Right? Because it's not, because for me, it's like, I like it. It's a recreation for me. It's just like going to church, right? Church is a recreation for some people. Yeah. They love, it's a fellowship. If that's what you like to do, you do it. On Sundays, I go to church, but if I want to go to a casino on a Saturday, that's what I'm going to do, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to. But I always thought you're not supposed to be judgmental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's going to be a whole lot of people waiting to get in heaven, and that door going to open up under them, and they're going to be right in hell by judging other people.
Yeah.
And that's why I had to come out of certain things. That's a boundary, right?
Right.
You got boundaries. God has a boundary, and then life has a boundary.
Right.
But I promise you, if you don't do it God's way, life will teach you.
Oh, yeah. So life is, I think life is the best teacher.
Man, it's hard.
Life, man, shoot. Life don't have no give.
Man,
you know what I mean?
It'll turn that backhand on you and slap you so hard, and you'll end up right back where you started.
That's why I be trying to tell my child, man. I'm like, look, man, you better try to, you better pay attention right now because life gonna give. Because life get out there and start lifing. Man. Life don't care who your name is, whose son you is, who daughter you is.
Baby, and life don't stop. It don't stop life once it starts.
Nope, it don't. It keep going.
It's
like it has. Life has to keep going
until it deplete the life out of you.
Life is Eric Dickerson with a torn jersey. No, not Earl Campbell with a torn jersey. Earl life will see you dragging and pick you up, put you on it, okay. Carry you all the way. You know what I'm saying?
It's very disrespectful.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
what I say.
Yes,
life
indeed.
is very disrespectful, and it happens after you turn 18. It happens quickly.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
You turn 18, baby, life starts treating you like a dirty rag.
Man.
So for me, that's
stopping
why
you all over the place.
Mm-hmm. So for me, that's the answer to your question. Absolutely. I would be in the casino with my mother-in-law and my mama. Why? Because those are the two most important women in my life,
Absolutely.
right? My mother
indeed.
and my mother-in-law. One because she gave birth to my handsome husband, and the other because she gave birth to me. And it's like I would love to spend my day doing what they like to do. Right. So I don't take it for granted. Mm-hmm. Some people, they so holier than thou. Oh, you don't. Oh, but guess what? When you look at, if you do the comparison, honey, I would rather serve the guy that I serve right now and still go in the casino and he's still blessing. So what's the point of not doing it and not having, right? So for me, that's what I do. I'll go sit right there.
My answer to that question, I just, how I live my life now. You know what I'm saying? I work on doing as many things as I like to do now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, when I do get to that point where I can't do anything at all, I could say I done it. You know what I mean? So that's why, we go do these trips, and I'm expecting to see y'all on one of one. You know what I'm saying?
We going to the next one.
So
where you gonna go? Where we gonna go?
Nah, we going. When we do, we go out of season, huh?
Orlando.
Yeah, we go to Orlando. We go to Orlando, and I make sure. That's why. That's what I like doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I realized, working. You know what I'm saying? All these years, like, I really just started going on vacation. You know what I'm saying? People see you, and that's crazy with people. And that goes back to people checking into your life. You know what I'm saying? Like they see you, man. You always going on trips and stuff. Like, I just started going on vacation. Every time y'all see me. Any other time y'all see me not at work or something like that, I'm in New Orleans, and I wouldn't call that a vacation because it's like, that's like second home. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to handle some business and visit family. It's not a vacation.
Right.
Yeah, I'm doing something, but I wouldn't consider it a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, everybody y'all know going to New Orleans it's not enough time. You know what I mean? You got a whole mess of people that you need to see, and if you don't see them, they're gonna get pissed at you. You know what I mean? So
you on the list.
But but I try to I work towards doing whatever it is that I want to do, especially now. I'm on this journey to, get my mental health together and working on my mental game. I'm working on doing those things now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know mama won't agree with this. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking into getting something I've always wanted, but I kind of let everybody dictate. Oh, now you don't do this. You like, y'all not gonna tell me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And my sister probably disagree with this too. I want to get a motorcycle. I want to get a motorcycle. I don't know how my brother feel about that. He's sitting over there looking to the side right now. But I just want to do the things that, make me happy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I say this all the time. This is another one of my favorite quotes. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold other people responsible for your own happiness. You know what I'm saying? That's selfish. You know what I'm saying? You are responsible for your own healthiness too, but you're responsible for your own happiness. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we deal with people that's not happy, and you know what I'm saying, it gets to a point where it's like, well, you just don't want to be happy because you can't be made happy. You can't make yourself happy. So I'm convinced you just don't want to be happy.
Right.
But my ideal thing that I would like to do with my day, you know what I'm saying, same deal. But I would want to have everybody, all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? That would be, y'all just don't know how much that'll mean to me to have all of us in Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just having a good time and walking around and, doing the different events, riding the rides and stuff like that, building memories like that. So that'll be my favorite thing to do in the 24 hours. And that's what I'm working towards, saying with Mental Game and the clothing brand and the many other things I'm trying to do because I want to create that, saying we don't have to work for nobody. We work for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we could take it, if we wanted to take the time to be able to do that, we could. So that's my journey. That's the reason I became an entrepreneur, for not just financial freedom, but just, just this, I don't know, just to spend
generational wealth.
Generational wealth and be able to spend time, be able to spend time with my family because anytime I want, I'd be like, all right, shut the factory down. We going on vacation. You know what I'm saying?
And there's so many people that do that now.
Absolutely.
They own big companies and they'll just shut the whole company down because they want people to spend time with their families, and they want to spend time with their families.
And I miss that. I look forward to that when I was growing up and getting into working and stuff like that. But that's one of the things that's done gone away. Like I remember everybody like company retreats and stuff like that. I wish my job did that. But my job is so demanding. As far as like our customers, we have like a commitment. We have a duty that it just has to be done. We have what we have to supply people with. So I could understand that, but I so bad wish that because some of the people I work with, I generally like, what I'm saying, like I fool with a lot of them outside, not a lot of them, but I fool with some of them outside of work, what I'm saying, stuff like that, but like you said, just being able to spend time with my family.
Yeah, that's why I say you have to have, in every company, you have to have somebody who is a good planner for you because that is something that's important.
Right, absolutely.
Because, lo and behold, we spend, 8 to 12 or some people
14.
longer.
14 to 16.
I was with these people and that becomes our primary family.
Absolutely.
Outside of going home to our, our set family.
Right. Absolutely.
But your primary family is the people you work around because you're spending most of your week with them.
Unfortunately.
And sometimes it's fortunate depending on how you get
paid. What your
pay look like.
Right. It's very fortunate when you come to that. Yeah.
Okay, come on.
For sure.
I go on my job and I just, I just look at people. I be like, first of all, I don't care how you treat me. You ain't gonna mess up my good thing. Okay, I got it good. I'm just look at you because like I said, I know I've been in a place where I allow people, like you were talking about your mental health. I allow people to trigger things in me instead of realizing that what's in me is greater than what's on the outside of me. Right. So that's why I've learned I've learned to kind of control how I'm going to react to a person versus what the person is saying to me.
That's what it's all about.
Right? Because with your reaction, once you let it out, then it doesn't affect the other person because they've achieved their goal.
Oh yeah,
and that's
they've got it out of you. Yeah.
So if you looking for me to get something out of me, you're gonna get the reverse effect.
Right.
Because my silence is priceless.
Oh yeah, man, that silence be killing them.
It's so priceless. Let me tell you something.
When you unbothered by what they trying to tag you with, man.
And then knowing the fact that if you know your rights, right? Because everybody has rights on their job.
Right.
They give us these handbooks. People don't sit down and read the employee handbook, they call it, with your code of conduct, and ethics. And it don't just go one way. They give you the book, but they also have to read the book themselves before they give it to you. So it's like if you read it, this is even in life. There's a code of conduct that we have to follow.
Code of
so
ethics.
for me, and it controls our mental health. It protects our mental health.
Right.
That boundary, right?
That's a boundary.
It's a boundary. Like
hashtag boundary.
Yeah, hashtag boundary. I don't let nobody get into my mental capacity to where they affect me, and I have to go home and treat my husband nasty, and treat my kids nasty, because I had a rough day at work, and and I try to unclose. I heard one of my coworkers, he was talking about how he heard a story of a man. When the man comes home, he touches a tree on the outside of his house, and he had a friend with him, and the friend said, why are you touching the tree? And he says, this is where I release all of my work conditions into this tree. And then when I go inside of my house, I don't have anything on me from work. Right?
Okay.
I release it on the outside. I'm not bringing it inside my house with me. Mm-hmm. So then he said when they left out, he touched the tree again. Mm-hmm. He said, because I don't want to bring anything affecting my household to my job. Right. So, so basically he's saying, even if I'm having troubles in my house, I don't want to bring it to my job. And even if I'm having troubles on my job, I don't want to bring it to my house. Right. It's a boundary. Right. Yeah, you're setting that. Yeah, you're setting the boundary because you don't want that to affect either place, because one, the place that I work is the place that take care of the place that I live. Absolutely. And the place that I live, if I'm functioning properly, it's going to take care of the place that I work. And then I'm happy here and I'm happy there. Right. To an extent, right? That's a good way to think about it. Man, y'all take that, man. Y'all rewind this part, man, a couple times. Write that down. And live by it, please. Yes. Because I'm telling you, 20 years, me and my husband, have been together, and we've been setting boundaries. Healthy boundaries. It's unheard of. People being, under 50 being together 20 plus years. 20 plus years. If you ask some people, oh, we've been together 7 years, and but behind closed doors, they just treating each other so nasty. It's unhealthy. Right. Yeah. So and that affects your mental health, because mental health is not only just it's not just within the person. It's within the people that they come in contact with. Absolutely. It's like that transfer energy thing. Yeah, but I kind of do the same thing. Yeah. I like that. That's one of the new things I've started. But what I do before I leave work, I wash my hands. Yeah, and it's kind of like a I'm washing all this. Yeah. But I don't really deal with much. You know what I'm saying? I would like to say I dealt with more stuff when I worked at the plant. Before I started driving, because when I drive, I get away, and I'm away. I just deal with the customers. Yeah. Sometimes I get nasty customers, and in Houston, you get all kind of nasty drivers. Oh. You know what I mean? Yes. All kind of nasty drivers. You know what I'm saying? You people flick. I take getting flicked off as a term a term of endearment. Yeah, that's good morning. Yeah, that means good morning. How you doing? Yeah, all right, yeah. All right. Yeah. like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America. Yes. Yeah. Fuck you too. But before I leave work, naturally I use the bathroom. So after I use the bathroom, naturally I'm gonna wash my hands. But I take that time to be like, I'm washing away everything I dealt with today, and whatever come tomorrow, I'll deal with it tomorrow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I try not to hold on to anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we shouldn't. We should release all of that. Absolutely. But let it go down the drain. And going back to your question, that's why it's important. And I like what you said, to spend time with your family outside of just normal the norm. Yeah, just the norm. Get out of it. Different. And then I just like, because when I go to Florida is my happy place. Yeah. Sam keep telling me go to LA because I'm like LA more than Florida, but Florida is my place, man. I don't know, man. When I'm on vacation and everything's taken care of at home and I'm on vacation, and I'm it's mainly Florida. It's just like a different vibe. It puts me in a place of like Florida's like the place where I realize I'm on vacation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I guess because I'm so far away. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been to Vegas, I've been to the Bahamas, I've been to Maryland, but that wasn't really a vacation. Been to Ohio. Been to these different places, been to Germany, been to these different places, but it's like none of these places kind of put me in that, that vacation mentality. I'm gonna make that a shirt. Yeah. But nothing puts me into that vacation mentality like being in Florida. Yeah, because Florida is, if you look at Florida and you look at LA, it's a big difference. Yeah. Because Florida is family, LA is fun. Right. So you have to know your boundaries. Yeah. If you with family, you want to do family. Absolutely. If you with your boys, then you go to LA and you want to have fun. Absolutely. So, but when you with your family in LA, it's not going to feel the same as being in Florida. Because Florida has the family essence. Right? And then, you want to know something else? And Mama is still baffled to this day. I remember the first time we went, all of us was like stricken, like allergies killing us like crazy because we went I think it's that Memorial Day weekend, the first time we went, all my allergies was killing me. Oh my gosh.
And as soon as I stepped off that plane, I was good. Mm-hmm. Everything is like
the air is clear.
Man, it's like, oh man, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But that's another element of it. But yeah, I mean, that's my ideal. You know what I'm saying? That's what if I had to spend a day, we getting up at the crack or whatever. We at the gates, like let's do this.
Well, we gonna make it happen.
For sure. And seeing we got this, me and my brothers, you know what I'm saying, we supposed to have this little thing planned that we do. I don't know if the plans changed, but Aaron did his own little research. He won't get his own little lightsaber or whatever. But all the brothers, we supposed to get together and go to Savvy's workshop and build our own lightsabers. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do it for the experience. I'll get a NeoPixel outside of, a NeoPixel lightsaber outside of it. But I just want, that whole ceremony y'all got, have you ever seen, has Marcus ever showed you that video on YouTube?
No, Marcus don't show me videos, especially when it comes to lightsabers and y'all stuff.
Look, you gotta see that. Man, that's like they put you through the ring and tell you these stories and stuff while you building the lightsaber. It's like, you kind of get into it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's all fantasy. This battery powered lightsaber. That, but it's just the whole experience of it. Just doing that with my brothers.
That's a brother experience.
Yeah, that's a brother experience.
Yeah, your sister, your
I know y'all. Look,
Nelly ain't experiencing that with them. Okay, now we gonna be at the Hard Rock Casino down the street.
Oh my gosh! Right? Look, man, they have. I didn't realize how many game rooms they had around Florida.
It's a lot.
I did not realize that.
Florida,
I'm like, wow.
We went to Orlando one time.
Uh-huh.
It was just us, me, him, and Markayla. But it's like now I'm anxious to want to experience it.
Right.
Get on the ride with y'all.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, we gonna do that.
Man, look. Okay, this year is Disney World. This year is the next time we go probably gonna be. I don't know because they doing a lot of changes.
So where you gonna do Disney at though?
What you mean?
Where you gonna do it at?
When?
Because Disney is in a couple places, right? It's not just.
They got different parks. Okay, the dates are. I don't want to put the dates on the air.
No, don't put the dates. I'm talking about where. Like where? You gonna do Orlando? You gonna where?
Oh yeah, Orlando, Disney in Orlando. They got. We're gonna do. Of course, we're gonna do Magic Kingdom. First day is Magic Kingdom. Second day, Hollywood Studios. Okay. Third day, probably. I'm kind of on the fence about it. Animal Kingdom. The fourth day, we gonna do like a resort day, and at night we gonna do like the Halloween Horror Nights thing.
So little ones, yes or no?
Yes, okay, of course. I want to see that. I want to see them scream. Look, because I was telling on the last show, man. They and Halloween Horror Nights is actually at Universal Studios. Mm-hmm. So we'll go to Halloween Horror Nights. We'll do the resort day, check out everything at the resort. Because, there's a lot to do there. There's a whole lot to do there.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to do any of that because, it was, like you said, it's so much to do.
Yes,
it's like,
yes. That's why I said, man, we're going to have to do more than just a couple days, man. Because, usually we do like 2 days or 3 days or something like that. I said, nah, it's too much to do.
Week, though.
Yeah.
At least a week.
At least. So that's
to be able to do all the stuff that they have, you need at least a week.
That's why we go on a week this time. We're going to leave on a... I got to look at my calendar. We're going to go for it.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. We ain't telling y'all.
Pictures to come.
Find out. Y'all, by the time everybody find out, it's going to be... We done be the winner already. Yeah. So, yeah. But that's that. Right. But, all right. Next question. What is the best piece of advice you've ever been given? Ooh. I think I got them up. I think I got one.
The best piece of advice that I've ever been... You know what? I've always been so blunt and so... Girl, you on. Even when I started working with the government, I was always... And what? Me? Yeah.
You ain't gonna tell me. Tell me.
Just to roll it up. And don't care who you was. you the one who's gonna promote me next, right? Oh, whatever, you know. So the best piece of advice that I have ever been given. I remember I was a technician, right, with the government.
Okay.
When I first started.
Right.
And I had I was a technician. That's right, because I hadn't been promoted. I had I had a supervisor. I ain't gonna say her name, but she was OMG. This lady was like, she was I think she had been me in my former, she had been me, but a long time ago.
Right.
And she took me in her office, the office that I sit in right now as
a
supervisor.
Okay.
So that's why I say when people give you advice, no matter how it comes, if you take it, it works, right? And her advice to me was, and this is how she said it. Little girl, mind you, I was in my 30s. I was like, who this lady called girl? She don't know me. She don't even know me, baby. Little girl. She was like, little girl, if you don't tone yourself down, you gonna find yourself in the same position for 30 years without nothing to show for it. And she said, you have to learn how to fight your battles. And I was like, okay. And I still didn't understand because it took some time, right, for me to understand. Basically, what she was saying was, if you plan on becoming more than a technician, you have to graduate in every area of your life. If you want to be a manager, you got to stop living like a technician and put your mindset on management. You want to be a millionaire, you got to start acting and living like a millionaire, right? You have to already see it. And that was her advice, is that you got to stop living underneath where you want to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for me, it was like, wow. So you got to plan for life, she said.
Right. Yeah.
You're talking to people who could be, they could be promoting you, but yet the way you coming across is like like you don't care. And it's like, and then I thought about it, I got my little girl I'm trying to take care of. I'm trying to, battle for me and my husband or do better. I don't even think we had bought our house. We were still living in Eastern Commons.
Yeah.
So, we were still living in an apartment, and my dream was to always have a house.
Absolutely,
and, so that was the turn for me. That was the turn. It's like, okay, you're right. I need to stop acting so ratchet, right? I say ratchet because I was real ratchet.
Say it.
Okay, my ratchetness was real ratchet. So, I had to stop acting ratchet and start really thinking about where I want to go in my future.
Right.
I don't, just because I'm from a certain place, don't mean I have to carry that certain place with me everywhere I go.
Absolutely.
When people start identifying you by your geographic location.
Yeah, like, oh, she from New Orleans. You know what that means. Like, dang, that's crazy. Like,
people be like, don't say, you might want to,
so
it's like, for me, it's like I cut ties with a whole lot of things that I used to do so that, I can be able to be in an arena, where people won't stereotype me, right?
Absolutely.
So for me, that was the greatest advice that I could have ever got, been given from somebody on a work level.
Okay.
Now, on a life level, my mama and your mama give the best advice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, yeah. That's what,
Because my mother-in-law, she mind her. She tell you in a heartbeat, that ain't my business. Look here. As long as he ain't putting his hands on you, that's what I love. As long as the man ain't touching and putting his hands on me, my mother-in-law mind her business. She don't get in our business. My mama is the same way, and she live right under our roof. And she don't say nothing. If we walking around and we mad at each other, the only time she'll say something is when she's saying it to me. She'll say, what you did, my son?
Dang!
I be like, wait a minute, you gave birth to me. What you did, my son? He looking like he a little upset today.
Yeah, and I was telling Marcus that, man. I was saying, man, I said I love the relationship and the love that your mother-in-law has for you, man. I have not seen that in any other relationship. And I've known people that's been together, 10 plus years, and you don't see that, man. So I really admire that. I don't even have that. I don't have every type of relationship with my own mother-in-law. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She act like she had a C-section and gave birth to him.
Yeah, for real, man. Like I just love
serious.
it.
I be like, girl.
I remember in the early stages when I first started coming around, like your side of the family, and I just hear her. She didn't even address him by his name. It was hey boo,
hey boo,
hey boo,
yep,
hey boo,
hey boo, every day, hey boo.
Exactly.
She's the only woman that better call him boo because it's still in there.
Yes, indeed. But I love that lady.
Yeah,
I love that woman.
Yeah, that's boo. He's still boo too after 20 years.
After 20 years, he's still boo. Oh,
yeah.
and she's such a she's the sweetest lady. Like she's just so excited to see, like, just the growth in the family. Like, cause I walk in there after she ain't seen me in a while, and she was like, just the excitement on her face for her to see me and to see my daughter. It was like. Crazy,
she loved her.
Yes, indeed.
But
love that lady,
boo,
man.
Baby. When I first brought my husband to, well, he wasn't my husband. He was just he was a little, dude that I was dating back then.
Yeah, he was a little situation then.
And then when I brought him in, the first thing my mama said when she met him, she was like, "Oh, that's the boo right there."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Girl, I just met this man."
But that dude, man, look, man, I need to find those pictures. I think I posted one on Facebook. How smooth this. Y'all can't see him. The people that's watching, y'all can't see him. He's sitting off camera. I got pictures of how smooth this nigga is. He's still smooth. You know what I'm saying? He's
better be smooth with me.
Yeah, for real. Nah, y'all, man, that was 1995 to 2003. Yeah, 2003, Marcus. Yeah, bro. That was that dude, man. That was that dude.
That was that.
But that was the dude that had he had the E14 glasses and all that, man. Had the braids. He had the braids and all that. He the one that convinced me to have braids. So blame all my braid inhibitions and all that on, like I call him, Macus.
Trey
Songz. Marcus call him Macus.
He looked like disclaimer. He looked like Trey Songz back in the day.
Yeah, for real. When he was skinny, when he started gaining weight, he went from Trey Songz to Exhibit. That's my brother. I love him. It's me and a few other people that can do that only. Anybody else, we getting on your ass. Right. Straight up.
Play with so you get your ear cut off. Play.
But okay. Let me see. All right, last question. Question. Look. I'm messing my brother up right now, man. I just don't know. But all right, Chanel. Last question. What do you feel you need more of in your life?
What do I feel I need more of in my life? We can always have more money.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's just that's like a constant monster that keeps growing. You know what I'm saying? But that's like an inflation thing, and there's all kind of other moving parts in that. But yeah, money is for sure. Yeah.
You know what? What I feel like I need more of in my life today, I would say it's time.
Time. Oh, hell yeah, that's a great one. Yeah.
Because time is something that, if I can add time to my day and add time to even people's life, if I can add time, back and get time back with some people, right? But, I would say time because that's something that, we take for granted, but we can't get back.
Yes.
See, I can get money back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can get the money back.
You can shake back 10 times.
Yeah, but I can't get the time back.
Yeah,
I can't get the time back. If I can, go back and redo some of the things that I've done, if I can go back in time and, fix some stuff.
Right.
Not everything, because some things, even when it was bad, it still was good.
Constructive,
right?
Yeah. It was a constructive,
so
necessary, what you call it, Marcus? A necessary evil?
Yeah. So if I can go back in time and just fix things, or if I can, sometimes I can go forward in time, so I can just look and see.
Just look and take a peek. Let me see what's going on.
Let me see.
Okay, I need to fix that.
I'm gonna go left.
Yeah, but I would say the same thing. I would say the same thing. I a lot of times And, you know, I sit there and I look at my daughter, you know, 13 years, man.
13
And I sit there
years.
and look at my nieces and nephews. The oldest niece is 17.
17.
And it's like, and like you said, you just ask yourself, where does the time go?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I never thought, like, now I know how y'all felt watching me grow up. You know what I mean? And, like, looking at me, you know what I'm saying, from 13, like, well, him, Pampers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like, just watching me grow and, like, dang, where does the time now? I'm looking at y'all kids and my child and, you know, all my other nieces and nephews looking at my friends' kids, you know, and you know, just like, dang, where does the time go, man?
Yeah.
You know, time just gets away from all of us,
Yeah.
man. Sometimes, you know, we don't realize just the stuff that happens. And I, you know, I go back to the last question. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, my ideal day would be, you know what I'm saying, to spend it with my family in some type
Yeah.
of capacity to where we're just enjoying ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because uh, those times, you know, don't come around too often. You know what I'm saying?
You can't get them back.
Exactly. You can't
know?
get them back. And then, you know,
shoulda, coulda,
yeah,
woulda. Oh, I wish
exactly.
I coulda.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, no, let's do it now.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I get it.
I think
Yeah.
that'll be my fulfillment in life to just be able to be like, yeah, we did it. We did that. Yeah, we
Yep.
did that. You know, we had a time. Yeah, we
had a
did
good
that. You know what I'm
time,
saying?
yep.
Yeah, you remember when we did? Yeah, I remember this, that. You know what I'm saying? I crave that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I really, really do, man. I know I could seem pushy. You know what I'm saying? With them, they get all of me. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all be you know, when we call the family meetings, I be on them. You know what I'm saying?
He
About
be on
let's
me, too.
let's go
Jay
this, let's go
said-
do this, let's go do that, let's go do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get these niggas on the land, and I'm trying to get us a compound going and all that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's a bigger thing to it. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that I and you know, I know we probably gonna tear this theory apart when we get to our topic, but I really do believe in, you know what I'm saying, you know, my family, you know what I'm saying, like, and I'm not trying to be ugly or unkind to anybody's other family, but it's just, you know, I know what my family, you know, personally, I know what my family's been through all these years, and I know how much we had to fight to stay together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To, you know, even be able to interact, and, you know, and times was kind of crushing back then. I remember I could only see them on the weekends. You know, if y'all didn't have anything y'all had to do, if they didn't have anything they had to do.
Right.
So I craved it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you guys, them, like, it was one time I ran away because I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want the fun to stop. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's one of the things I crave. I crave my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Even if I'm into it with my family members, I'm still always thinking about them and stuff like that. Even me and my dad, we've had our past, and you know what I'm saying, the little fishing trips I get to have with him, I crave that. You know what I'm saying? You know, crave going on those fishing. I know I don't get to do them that often. I need to. This year, for sure, I'm gonna set up something for me and him to, you know, get out there on the water and do something.
Yeah.
But I crave that. You know, in my tender age of 33. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And y'all just heard Chanel talking about she met me when I was 13. So 20. I define the time on their marriage. You know, look, I'm 33. That means 20 years in the game. But I do crave that. You know what I mean? I crave spending time with my family and doing things as a family. You know what I mean? I was known to be like a lone wolf and this, that, and other, but I crave my pack. You know what I mean? I crave my pack. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm sold on time. I wish I had more time.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not time, and not to get construed, not time to work.
Okay.
Time in my leisure.
To live.
Yes, to
time
live.
To live life the way you want to live it.
Absolutely.
All right. If I can get 36 hours and have 24, you know, just set aside for my job, and then the rest for family, great.
Oh,
or 24 for my family.
Yes, I was about to say, hold on. I was
thinking about
it.
But it has to be a balance.
Oh yeah, for
without
sure.
the job, you can't
you
take
can't.
care of the
Yeah,
family. So
absolutely.
you can't. And lo and
but
behold,
we're working towards changing that.
Yeah, I'm about to say some family ain't gonna put in as much as others.
Right.
You just gotta be honest.
Yeah,
so for me, it's like I need my job because I can't do.
And that's a boundary. That's a boundary. Yeah, that's a boundary.
Sir.
Yeah. But let's get into this topic, man. Boundaries, man. Boundaries. My what I came up with when I was thinking about this episode of the Mental Game Podcast, boundaries. What I was thinking about, I had a therapy session. I had my therapy session. Mm-hmm. My therapist told me something that, like, man, and she said it so softly, but it rang so loudly. And we all have different boundaries that we have, with be it family or friends. And it's only like that because, we only call it a boundary. We don't call it a boundary from outside people because, you only setting that boundary because it's the people that's close to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's the people that can actually get in, have access to you, like you said. So that's why we call it a boundary. And what my therapist said, she said, people will take as long as you give, all the way until you drop dead. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's like, and that's like, I'm like, and she just said it so softly, and it's like, but it was like so like, cause I don't know, man. My therapist, she's like she's a foreign lady, and she's so hip on, like, I don't know if I'm saying this, like black culture, like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's not like, how other people can say stuff and they be offensive, but it's just like, or they sound like they don't know what they talk about. Nah, she knows.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like she has a knack for diversity.
Absolutely.
Because everybody has a, is that what it's called?
A niche for, yeah. A niche.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of it.
But,
so she's diverse. She probably knows each and every culture because that's what therapists do. They figure out, okay, I'm sitting before you. What's your culture? Okay,
right.
Is it you Oriental? No. You African American? Okay, cool. You never been to Africa, so you Black American.
Yeah.
Okay, so he Black American because he ain't never been to Africa.
Oh yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And, like, she cracked me up, man. She cracked me up. She was like, yeah, we don't want you to go out there and meet other angry black man, and the people they already doing this. I'm like, oh man, she's being funny because, like, when I'm talking, she'll see me going to a place, she'll kind of throw that, you're back, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'll get me back in line, like, back focused, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, therapists are those knitters that'll take all these jumbled colors of yarn and they'll sit there and string them all out for you, you know what I mean? So, that's like her little, I love humorous, people. I think our family grew up like we crack jokes all the time. Like, I mean, dark humor is crazy, but but the Dawson, Hosen, Kaz, Williams regime of humor, man, this is crazy because we turn up, but that is a thing, man, and that's a real reason why we should set healthy boundaries because we got people out here that will. And some of them are like subconscious about it. Like, they don't think about it. They just, as long as you're willing to give, they're like, okay, I don't care how much I'm damaging you or stressing you out and stuff like that. As long as you offer, I'm just going to take. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel with that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like, when I do it, I'm not being a butthole, you know what I'm saying, about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just got to be a boundary because there's, you got to realize what you're giving up. You know what I'm saying? When you're sitting there constantly pouring into people and you're pouring and it's like you keep pouring and it's like they not doing their due diligence while you pouring. You know what I'm saying? They got a crack in their glass while you pouring. You know what I'm saying? They constantly need help instead of fixing that crack. You know what I'm saying? So they can sustain that water. You know what I mean? But that's what I think of when I think of setting healthy boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Especially with family, because in certain situations, you know, family will do you worse because it's like you blind to the fact of being used. You know, because you're gonna be like, oh, my family wouldn't use me. You know, my family just wouldn't do that. I'm doing the right thing because I'm helping my family. You know what I'm saying? But it's like in certain situations, man, you don't realize like what you're giving up. You know what I'm saying? You're giving up time of your own that you could be doing this, you could be doing that, you could be doing this, you could be doing that. So that's my take on it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Of why you should set healthy boundaries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you got? What you got, sis?
You know, healthy boundaries to me is very important, right? Mm-hmm. Like the guy who is who I don't say he's our pastor.
Okay.
Because we are fellowshipping with the church, and the church is really, really good. It's really good, and I'm learning a whole lot of different things according to the word.
Right.
I'm telling you, without the word, if y'all get Chanel, you don't want her. Let me stay behind this cross that I'm behind, because if I get in front of it, it's a little different, right? So for me, it's like you have to set healthy boundaries, because he taught me something. He said, all your life, you've been going through life putting people in this heart.
Right.
But remember, it's not this heart that causes people to have mental breakdown.
Right.
It's this heart.
Yes, indeed.
And, you know, he said, put your finger on your temple. And he said, you feel that? He said, doesn't it feel like the same heartbeat here? It is. He said, because it's when people forget to condition their mind.
Right.
That they lose it. This heart is not what make people go off and do crazy stuff.
Right.
It's this
that
one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm always constantly keeping myself in a place of healthy, right? Healthy boundaries.
Right.
At work, I don't, you know, certain things, you know, when certain things happen at work, I have to make sure I set a healthy boundary between me and the person that it's happening, you know, with. Because
right. Absolutely.
If I let that person get close to me like my husband, then it's gonna be unhealthy.
Absolutely.
Right? It's gonna allow them to come in a little bit too close to me, and then it messes up my healthy boundary. Right. It makes a toxic situation. You know, it makes a healthy situation turn toxic.
Absolutely.
Because believe it or not, that's what most people go out and do unhealthy things at work. So every place has a boundary. When you go to the grocery store, boundary.
Yep.
You go wash your car.
Boundary.
You know, especially if you got a little white feet on, and you know, you just washing up your little truck, and here come Miss Sassy Pants. You know, Miss Sassy Pants come over there because she see you in your white beater. So it's a boundary, and you have a wife at home. It's a boundary. So people are always looking to break into that boundary, right? To see how far he gonna let me go.
How far I can push that fence over.
How far she gonna let me go, right?
Yeah.
How close she gonna let me get.
Right.
Because see, people say boundaries, but it's not about the boundary. It's about how close can I get to you. You know, nobody can. You know, they say you can't take a house down until you subdue the strong man. Right. And when you subdue the strong man, then the house comes down. Right. So it's not about the boundary, but it's how close. What can I do to circumvent that boundary? What can I do to get past it? You know, what can I use to get past the boundary that I'm trying? You know, what am I trying to accomplish? You know. So it's like, yeah, we gotta set healthy boundaries, but we gotta realize that some people are not. It's not the boundary, but it's how can I get past it? Right. You know, what can I use to get past it? Is it gonna be my body? Is it gonna be my intelligence? You know what I mean? What can I do to get past it so I can ruin his day or her day or her life, or you know?
We just it's like a game. You know what I'm saying? But I know how can I say it? You know, a boundary is defined as, you know, a limit, a line. What else I got on? A divide. I'm trying to remember what they said the root word was. I didn't write it on my notes. I don't know why. But Hmm. Where's the crickets? I got all go. I'm sorry. I'm reviewing my notes, people. I'm looking at my notes, but I just feel like it's kind of hard for us to set boundaries because everybody's afraid to just to be able to say no. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're dealing with friends and family because those are the ones you really need to set boundaries for. You know what I'm saying? Like because like I said, I mean, especially outside people. Yeah, you really, really need to set boundaries for them. But I think naturally, we already kind of have had that boundary kind of beat into us when we was little. The stranger danger,
Yeah.
and like everybody's kind of like, especially nowadays, everybody you can't really trust people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because people will do the most scandalous things to get into your house nowadays.
Even people in your family,
Yeah,
though. You
yeah,
can't even
yeah.
trust some of your family now.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
kind of sad, but
Yeah, there's some family members I wouldn't even let into my house. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't watch you. Like, watch you check your pockets before you walk out of here. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's just it's so scandalous, man. And then a lot of times we forget. You know what I'm saying? It's like a magic thing. We forget that uh, the same world that we live in, the same world that we're growing in, our family is growing in too. And the same thing that can affect this person that broke into this lady's house or this man's house or whatever, it's the same influences that are on these people, on our family too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're not just saved by or they're not immune to it just because they're your family. You know what I'm saying? They're still, you know, they're still influenced by the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? That we're exposed to. You know what I'm saying? They're still exposed to those same things. So I think that's another reason it's like hard to put up boundaries because we kind of turn a blind eye. Be like, oh, my sister would never do me like that. My brother would never do me like that. My mom would never do me like that. My dad would never do me like that. Oh, that's my cousin. My cousin would never do me like that. I mean, I've known situations, that happened here when a person's cousin set him up to get shot. You know what I'm saying? Look at all why do we have it now to where when some people claim their lottery prize, of millions of dollars, they claim it anonymously. Why is that a thing? You know why? Because the family didn't they have a situation where they family members that went after somebody and killed them because they won the lottery or something like that? My beard keep getting caught.
I know it was a guy I was in Florida. He befriended a lady, and she ended up killing him.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much living off of his
winnings
or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah, you can't trust nobody.
Exactly.
Especially with that, baby, I'll be so anonymous.
But
I will be a blessing at the same time.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
But they wouldn't know where it's coming from. I wouldn't tell nobody.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but you know what I'm saying. That's why we have to set these healthy boundaries. That's why we have to learn how to say no. Well, that's why we have to learn how to, clearly communicate. You know what I'm saying, and verbalize these things and be able to accept the no. You know what I'm saying? When somebody tells me no, you got to be accepting of it and understanding of, okay, well, especially in that type of situation, you know what I'm saying? Or any type of situation, no means no, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's on you to be able to accept that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And and just you know what I'm saying? It's like when you learn to set these boundaries, you keep yourself from being burned out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you almost feel like, it's almost like a full-time job. It's a duty. You know what I'm saying? Especially when trying to make sure, in your mind you're doing right by people, but they're not really doing right by you.
Right. And then no is it's kind of like a what do you call it? It's like the door, right?
Yeah.
No
absolutely.
is the door.
Yeah.
And you either say no and keep the door closed,
right?
Or you say yes and open the door up, right? Or you say say, okay, let your no mean no and your yes mean yes.
Right.
But if you say no and you still go in and do what you say you wasn't gonna do,
right,
it's kind of like you open up for anything. I always say, if you flip the word around, it says on, right? Mm-hmm. So anything that you say no to and mm-hmm. you go back and you allow it, the outcome is on you.
Right, absolutely.
It's on you. Yeah. You, because you had the opportunity to say no, and there's so many people who said, nah, I'm good. And then the person persists and keep asking, and now they're sitting in prison because they should have let they know no, right?
Absolutely.
Or they
should have accepted that no,
right? Or they're 6 feet under because I said no the first time. and
absolutely.
And the people who hear the tell the story say, well, he or she said, they wasn't going, and then they went, and you see. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's like when I say no to somebody, I mean no, and I'm not being nasty.
Absolutely.
But I mean no because. Anytime I say yes to something, I'm partaking in whatever happens.
Right. And you're accepting the responsibility for it.
Yeah, and then I know if I know that, like you say, some family members you got to say no to because if you keep on saying yes, mm-hmm. it keeps on giving them the invitation to keep coming.
Right.
So some people you'll be like, no, that's it.
Yeah.
And when I say that's it because. Mm-hmm. We can become a crutch to people, and before you know it, you find yourself low.
Yeah.
And when they get up high, they ain't
thinking about you. Yeah, they're like,
they
dang, man, like, you know what I'm saying? You come into something, like, you help somebody, and all of a sudden they get big or whatever.
Yeah, they ain't thinking about you.
Sitting there surviving, like, but then again, not only are they not thinking about you, they forget everything you did for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything you did for them.
Yeah.
Like, man, like, I helped you float along, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, to even get to this point. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, like, there's a quote out there that's like, like niggas forget, or something like that. There's a quote like that. It's like, but niggas so be forgetting or something. It's a quote. It made so much sense because it's like, people really do forget. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you sit there and float them along, or, you know what I'm saying, you sit there, do them a solid or something mm-hmm. like that, they forget it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, like.
And I know you probably can relate to this, and my husband too, because, back in our day, we used to sit and watch Martin episodes all the time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then I remember this episode of Martin when he had his name, Barnell Hill.
Barnell Hill.
Right?
Tommy Davidson,
mm-hmm. And then, he was like, yeah, man, if you in L.A., holla at me. And then he went to L.A. He tried everything he could to get on that show.
Yeah.
And then finally, he had to act like he was Casey, JoJo, And
I said,
I want to eat fish in the lake, and that's how people do.
Right.
You tell me when you make it or whatever. Hey, if you out, come see me, mm-hmm. and then you knock on their door, and they be like, who is that?
Yeah.
Man, get on away.
Yeah.
Snooki.
Yeah.
Snooki. Get up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I know some. That's why, subconsciously, that's why I try to like not to bother people. Because, you know what I'm saying, I know people that are somewhat, I guess you could say they somewhat famous. Mm-hmm. Got some people that's famous. I know a lot of professional athletes, mm-hmm. That I played high school ball with, and stuff like that. I know a lot of people that, and, some people that, played in all levels of professional sports. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess like a boundary I set up, you know what I'm saying? I try not to bother them, you know what I'm saying? I know Sam tells me all the time, like, nah, man, they'll remember you, man. Hit them up and this, that. Like, nah, I don't do all that. Right. I'm pretty sure, they get hit up all the time talking about, hey, like, look, I told Sam, like, when I make it, not if, but when I make it, you know what I'm saying, we'll cross roads then and we'll link up and do our thing there because, I've always felt like I had to earn my fair share of things, you know what I'm saying, I always expect people to do for me what I would do for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm always on goal to respect somebody's boundary, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And, because I had to learn the hard way, like you said, you know what I'm saying, like being persistent and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden you jacked up, then it was on me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of learned, I learned how to respect
other people's boundaries. Like when I go, kind of like it's kind of part of the respect I give. Like, what I'm saying, I'm automatically assuming that you have these boundaries.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I operate.
And some people get that fame and it's for us to watch them.
Right.
So that you can see, what their path is. So that you can either say, okay, I see they became famous and they did this and they did that. And then some people be like, they became famous, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, it's like fame don't always mean that people are going to have good fortune.
Oh yeah, right? It's not gonna guarantee happiness either.
Yeah,
we've
it
seen
runs
that.
through their hands so quickly. It's you're famous, but now you living back in the hood and you still you see what I mean?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
For me, it's like sometimes it's to watch people so that you can know the steps to take,
right?
To keep what you've been blessed with. I mean, I know some famous people too,
right,
quite a bit, but when you look at them now, it's like they ain't here no more.
Nah,
because they fallen, for this of their boundaries. They open up their boundaries.
Open up their boundaries. That somebody coming in and tear down that kingdom. But that's that's the most important thing, man. Like, because like you said, people will try to get in there and just keep taking. You know what I'm saying?
That's the whole thing. To ruin you.
Yeah, and that's why I set up healthy boundaries. Like, it's like there's only so much I would do. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna tell anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do. Right. I'm not gonna, I work towards not being a hypocrite. I work towards not being that guy that I work towards not. I call it, my term for it is coaching from the press box. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the offensive coordinators. They sit out up in the press box and just call plays. You know what I'm saying? While I'm always working towards practicing what I preach.
Yep.
And what I tell somebody to do, I'm gonna make sure it's something I do. And I don't set these boundaries. I don't want to come off as just like I don't like somebody because I'm not doing something for them. But it's just like, you gotta understand, like, and then a lot of times your boundaries come from experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you've experienced. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not the other person's fault, but to protect me, because I'm the one that's responsible for my life,
right? And
the things that outcome. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing you did, but as far as like a healthy boundary for me, I need to treat you like this.
Right.
A healthy boundary for me, I'm not gonna give you this. You know what I'm saying? That's like I always tell. Oh no, I think I heard it on a show. Something I seen on YouTube. Like a lot of famous people, like they get these famous, famous people versus their family. Like they'll get famous, and the family members come out of woodwork. Cousins, everybody. Like, oh yeah, I'm your second cousin, twice removed from your Aunt Hadley. Be like, who's Aunt Hadley? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know. Like, and they come to you, hey man, I got a business proposition for you, man. And this and that. But you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Just like, oh now, you know what I'm saying? Because oh now you know me because right. I'm famous or whatever. And I know one of the things they did was like, okay, I help you out. Just make me 50% owner. Right. I give you whatever you need. You know what I'm saying?
Took your 50 and
exactly.
Yeah, but that's important, because you said something like famous people, right? That's why when they become famous, kind of like I'm gonna say the model couple of the world today, right? Is the Jay-Z and Beyonce,
Jay-Z
right?
And Beyonce,
that's the model couple of the world. But even they have their own problems, I'm pretty sure.
Of course, they got a heck of a PR team too.
Right, and if you look at them, you're not going to just pick up the phone and call and speak to Jay-Z. You're not going to call and speak to Beyonce. So they have boundaries, right? And they have people in place, kind of like when you go to the gun range, right? They have the little thing up there, but behind the little, what do you call it? The little shoot man that shoot the target, right?
What? Yeah,
the target. So the target is hanging there, But to keep the bullets from flying
outside
past
the building,
target, they got, different walls and different things to keep the bullets from flying. Well, that's how our life should be set up when it comes to boundaries, right? Depending on how your life is set up. If you're a single man, then you still supposed to have your mother as being that person where you're supposed to get your advice. Now, if your mama ain't sound, don't get no advice from your mama.
Real, look, disclaimer, man.
Yeah.
If you know your mama ain't right,
if she whack attack, don't get no advice from mama. But
if she living the life opposite of what she's speaking,
don't do it.
Yeah, don't listen to her.
Yeah, but you gotta, even as a single person, you have to have boundaries. If you have, a sister as a man, or you have a brother as a female, or somebody close to you, or if you have a brother, sister, whatever. If you got somebody that you can get that good sound advice from, then you get that advice from that person when it comes to other things, because, just kind of going off of our own head sometimes, and if we know, like me, I know you. I'm like, okay, JJ want to go skydiving. Knowing he's adventurous, he probably would. Okay.
No, I don't.
You used to. You used to be adventurous.
Yeah, I did. I was a Power Ranger. I was a Power Ranger back then.
Oh, you would try anything back in the day. Yeah. But I was gonna say, now being at the old man that you are now, okay, you probably wouldn't, because you care so much about your daughter. What would happen if this thing popped?
Absolutely.
So when we were younger, we thought about things and we would be more spontaneous. We had boundaries. It's not like, okay, I was skydiving if I was, a little younger, but now I got my daughter and I got my, my wife, and I'm like, no, I ain't gonna do that. So for me, it's like, even with celebrities, they got boundaries. We're normal people, but we still got to have boundaries.
Absolutely.
Because we have people that'll drain us dry.
Yes.
If we don't have a boundary set up for ourselves. And it's not just, I'm not talking about financial draining. I'm talking about spiritual draining,
mentally draining. Man, all that, everything that you made of it. If somebody, like, that's why I said, if they can take it, and you gonna keep giving it, they will keep taking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but you know what I'm saying, we just need to, you know what I'm saying, like you said, there needs to be a life balance.
Yep.
Everybody needs to do their due diligence. You know what I mean? You can't just be pouring into a cup that got a crack in it. Yeah. That person needs to fix that crack.
Right.
So they can sustain that water, that life. You know what I mean? And
but what about the one who intentionally put the cracks in the glass so that they can pour into other people while you pouring into them? See, that's bad thing.
Yeah, that's why you need to set up healthy boundaries too. That's why it's very, very important.
I don't pour enough. What I'm gonna do is go around that glass. I'm gonna put some tape on it.
Yeah.
So I can see exactly.
Or sometimes you might have to
cut it off.
Cut that off. You know what I mean? Like, stop pointing at them. Like, let me see.
I've done that before.
Let me see how you gonna do this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm not. That's one of the things I don't want to do on this show.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that to be negative, but it's one of those hard things that you need to talk about, and that you need to explain, and that you need to tell people about. You know what I'm saying? Because like your family and friends, you got some of them that make you feel bad for not helping them, man.
Right.
They'll make you feel bad for not giving them some, or for putting up that boundary. They'll make you feel bad. Oh man, like, what I'm saying, like, they'll always make you feel like you have to do it, or like, what I'm saying, or you owe them or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I understand that, like, going through life and doing what, like you said, and no matter what stage you are in life, if you doing better than this person, you know what I'm saying, that person just happens to be friend, family, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, they're going to come try to tap into that, but, you know what I'm saying, you done sat there and earned that.
Exactly, but remember what I said, sometimes it's a mirage, because you think people are doing better than you, but they could really be doing worse than you, and even so, some people might be doing worse than you, they still have the heart to still keep giving and giving, and it's on that person. Like, there's a time me and my husband, we had to cut it off and say, we're not, that's it. Because,
absolutely.
When our well is running dry, nobody else is pouring into it, so it's like, you got to be when you have things that require you, not I might be able to know. It's like it requires me to be productive, and it requires me to duplicate what I've already done. Like every day, I gotta get up and go to work. Why? Because I gotta pay for this house. I gotta pay for this car. I gotta pay. So every time you see somebody with something new, it's not that okay. I'm living large and I done paid the whole thing off. No, this is
absolutely not.
It's borrowed. Okay, because if I don't pay the bank, they gonna come. They gonna come and get it.
And see, my job kind of has a stigma about that. And the people coming in now, they think I'm crazy, but I have other people at the job that kind of back me up on this. Like, people really be pocket watching out here, and the one way they do it at my job, somebody pull up in a new whip, they be like, "Oh, you got money?" I'm like, I work at the same place you do, and what I make between what I make and what you make is not that much different.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like I always tell people, it's not how much money you have, it's how you manage it.
I caught the dealership at the right time.
Exactly. And me, I'm like, because I pulled up. I mean, everybody at my job probably know by now. It's not new no more. But I got a truck, and I was not driving it to work.
Right.
I was not driving it to work because I knew it. I was like, nah, man. At the time, I felt like the dispatcher that they had at the time, I felt like he was like, if I pulled up in my truck, he tried to cut my hours or something like that.
He don't need no hours.
Yeah, he don't need no hours. You got trying to sabotage me. You know what I mean? But and I guess in a way that was me putting up a boundary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to keep him from doing me that way. But now my car is out of commission right now, and so now I'm driving my truck to work. So now everybody knows. Like, and but TT had told me, she was like, man, you should be proud, you should be proud of that. That's an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? If that does happen, like you said earlier, we got boundaries at work put into place for people to not do us like that, saying as far as like workplace discrimination and workplace bullying and stuff like that. So,
that's why I told you, they don't read that handbook. That handbook is important because, it's some stuff in there that, it really protects us as being employed by other people, other companies. So it's like, that's a boundary.
Absolutely.
Certain things you ain't supposed to do on the job.
Absolutely.
You're not supposed to discriminate. You're not supposed to cut people hours just because you believe they're doing better than you.
Right.
Because what if I'm just driving somebody else's truck?
Yeah. What if this borrowed? Well, I could have read this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This could have been all they had at Enterprise. Like, how you know it's mine?
Right. Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
if I pull up in a with the new luxury car Bugatti. If I pull up in a Bugatti at my job, they probably gonna be like, "This girl done lost her mind. She got a set of twins." The first thing they gonna say is, "She got a set of twins. Why would she get a Bugatti?" That's their thing because that's a luxury car.
Yes.
Because somebody asked me, "Well, that's your Cadillac?" Yeah, it is. And I had to tell her, it's my Cadillac, but I got it because of the size, not because of the luxury of it. I said, because what you don't know. And I had to tell her, well, I had to extend my boundary a little bit so I can let her know because, she was a little different. So I had to let her know. I got my mom who has a wheelchair. I have, my dad who I have to make sure he can get in and out the car. I got a set of twins before. I got my niece. I got my daughter. So I let her in, and then at the time I had the dog. So it's like, so I have a big family, so I need a big vehicle.
Yes.
Because I'm always thinking about, if something happened, if I have to evacuate, I still got the Katrina mindset. If I have to evacuate, right, I need to be able to fit everybody in this car, and plus some people. Even if we got to lay on the ground,
lay all the seats down,
whatever. But I have to make sure that I can get everybody in the vehicle. So that's an unselfish part of me that I'll never let go. Is always thinking about people. I extend my boundary when I have to let people in so that they'll know, listen, you worried about the wrong thing.
Right.
So it's okay to even extend your boundaries sometimes. So you can get people, I don't want to say get people told, but get people told because they don't really know your lifestyle, right?
Nah, they don't. They don't know what goes in behind these doors. Yeah,
they don't know. If you're driving a Bugatti, it might be because that's the only rental car they have. It's your lucky day. You got to see what a Bugatti feel like to drive it because they didn't have no other vehicles or whatever. But sometimes, people have more favor than other people.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that person is doing better than you. That might just mean that was just my stroke of favor right there.
What's that saying, man? Like it's like y'all are seeing the finished product. Like, with an art, like you look at an artist painting. You know what I'm saying? You look at this logo behind you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You look at this sign right here. You look at this art piece right here, man. We just seeing the finished product.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just seeing what's on display.
Right.
Nobody's seeing how many broken paintbrushes the artist might have been through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He ran out of this type of paint. And might not have had enough money to go, to finish the painting, but he waited till he had enough money, then he got that paint, just so he could finish that painting and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? With that, you know what I'm saying? You don't know, because when I get stuff designed, I want it to be right. I put, and I'm thankful for these artists for dealing with me and, my pickiness and stuff like that. But like, we don't know what somebody else is putting them through, what a customer is putting them through to get that finished product. You don't. Everybody's seeing the current display of the finished product. They're not seeing the work that you had to put in to do it. You know what I mean? People don't see the financial chess that you have to do to make these things happen to be able to afford them. You know what I'm saying? They don't know if y'all cut y'all cable off or something like that just so y'all can get this, because y'all needed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you better prophesize me. I'm about to tell you right now, something's about to go. I just talked to my husband about that. I said, because sometimes you have to cut back on certain things. To get ahead in other places. So, I say, well, I really don't even talk to people on my cell phone, so I'm going to cut back on the cell phone because you're paying for unlimited. You're paying that extra for unlimited for what? When I'm not even using, what I'm paying for. I'm not even using it. So it's like, well, I'm going to cut back on this so that I can. So that's a boundary. It's like, but you got to recognize that you got to set that boundary. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm giving you this, but I can be putting this toward this and cut this down a little bit. So, but it's like, man, they don't know. They don't know what you're doing to become a finished product. They don't know. And, and it's okay for them not to know.
But you know what?
It's not okay for us to stop.
It's not okay.
Keep on going.
Yeah. But I kind of find it flattering. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you think of me like that, man? I appreciate that. Like, man, you think I got it like that? I appreciate that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I really do. I really
hope
really
I'm
do.
a motivation to you.
Absolutely, man. Like I told Marcus, man, just watching y'all are two of the most giving people I know, next to my mom. You know what I'm saying? Because I have seen y'all. I'm not trying to put y'all business out there. I have seen so many people cross y'all threshold that y'all done trying to help out. It's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And don't mind doing it. I mean, look, just like, it's not even.
Today is them, but tomorrow it could be us. But will you extend the same thing to us?
Absolutely.
You see what I mean?
Absolutely.
The shoe would probably not be the same.
And then y'all extended to people whose circumstances probably would never permit them to be able to cover y'all like that. And I admire. Because, I looked at some of the people that crossed y'all threshold and I'm like, they can't get it. They ain't doing right. They ain't going to be able to pay my brother and my sister back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and some people probably ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all done gave and gave and gave. I've sat here and just, just watched y'all just be so gracious throughout the years. And I'm motivated by that. I mean, even though I have my boundary, I can say that to say that I am motivated, by what y'all do. I wish I had the heart to be like that. You know what I mean?
You get it back though. That's the thing.
Yeah, you do.
You get it back. Like I don't. If somebody in a hard place in their life, I'm not gonna, close the door and say, I probably will now though. I'm gonna tell you now. I'd be like, let me help you.
Yeah.
Let me just help you.
Help you from a distance.
Let me just help
Let me grab this long handled spoon.
Let me help you. But but for the most part, when it comes to family, I mean, I have a soft spot for family.
Absolutely.
Because now the ones who are out there just doing crazy stuff, I have to think about my kids.
Yeah, you got to make an exception. So, you have to make that exception.
Baby, I'm gonna direct you to the nearest shelter or something.
Absolutely.
Because first of all, if you need help in certain areas, I know I'm not gonna let that into my atmosphere, right?
Absolutely. So you got stuff you got to protect on your inside.
I have to. You have to. We have to. Yes. Because it's unfortunate that it's so much out here in the world today that you have to even set boundaries with your family.
Well, that's like I said, what I'm saying? Everybody's like the same influences and negativity and positivity that we're exposed to. So is our family.
And the only difference is that we have the tenacity, right?
Yeah.
To say no.
Right.
Right. To certain things. We have the tenacity to say.
But you had to learn that though, right?
Yeah, I did. And I learned it by watching other people.
Absolutely.
But some people watch other people and think that it's okay to go down that same path. And it's like, didn't you just... It's kind of like the person jumping into the illusion of a body of water, right?
Right.
And before you know it, you just see them splat on the ground. But then you see somebody else do the same thing. It's like, why would you go back? And then it'd be the closest people to them. We call it a generational curse, but other people would call it, oh, that's a stroke of bad luck. No, that's something that's been haunting this family for a long time. And everybody keep doing the same thing. And nobody wake up and say, wait a minute, I'm going to start setting boundaries.
Yeah. Somebody got to wake up. Somebody got to set the time.
Yeah, oh, you do this. And it was on my mama, it was on my daddy, it was on my... So I'm going to stop doing that so that I can kind of take a different route because I seen the route that it took them. So I want to go a different route, right?
And I'm glad you said that, sis, because there's a lot of negative mentality out here that we glorify as black people. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why we kind of still in the situation we in. There's no reason people should have came from other countries into the U.S. and get together with their families and people like them. And, no disrespect. I love everybody. Let me say that. Disclaimer. But there is no reason for as long as we've been here. There's no reason people, we have been divided and we can't get back, or can't get to where everybody else is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the reason why is because we still have that crab in the bucket mentality, right? They always call it the crab in the bucket mentality.
Yeah.
When you see your brother or your sister climbing up, what you do is, I seen the thing that said, don't forget to turn back and reach and pull them up with you, right? But instead of reaching to pull them up, we're using our free leg to kick them back down. It's like that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to pull them up with us.
Absolutely.
And lo and behold, now if they keep on wanting to be down
in
there,
the barrel,
then you let them stay in the barrel. But the ones who are trying to get up, you try to help them get up. And that's just the way we've always been. If you want to try to get up, then come on, get up. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to stop pulling myself out of the barrel because you don't want to come up.
Right.
Okay, I got to keep on pulling. I got to keep on pressing. I got to keep on moving. And I'm not going to kick you while you're down. I'm going to keep reaching for you as long as you keep reaching. But when you stop reaching, it's going to be, sometimes I'm too far away from you to even help you.
Right.
And that's what's scary about our people is that some of us are too far away to go back and help people who just don't have the energy, right?
Or
to
the
change,
or the mental capacity,
or the mental capacity to come where we are. And it's like, okay, I'm trying to tell you, like, New Orleans is a place where, for me, I know if I go back to that place, I'm going back to a low place. Right? Because it was a low place for me. It actually yielded me absolutely nothing. When I came here, to Texas, it was my place, it was my land of milk and honey. Right? It was a place that opened up a whole lot of new things for me and greater things for my family. It was the enlargement of my territory. Right? So a lot of people don't want to enlarge their territory. They good in that boundary, that box of what our family exposed to us. And like now, life is saying, okay, you're gonna have to climb up out of that.
Right.
Otherwise, you're gonna keep on getting the same thing that your daddy got, and then your uncle and them had it, and then your mom and them had it, your grandma and them had it, and now you got it, and now you pass it to your children.
Right.
I refuse to live that life.
But I'll add to what you said about the crab in the barrel mentality. Just as long as the surviving crabs remember who put us in this barrel.
Yes, Lord.
Because crab's natural habitat is not habitat. The crab's natural habitat is not in the barrel. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's in these open waters, the seas, right.
But the truth is, Jay, sometimes we put ourselves in there.
Yeah, that's true.
And a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but if you really research how we got where we are today, majority of the stuff that we were exposed to was exposed to us by us.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
If I know you on your way to a successful place, and I'm in a successful place, the last thing I should fear is you catching up to me.
Yeah.
Because where I am is where I'm supposed to be. Where you are is where you're supposed to be.
Right.
And then every step you take and you get closer to me, then if I'm not doing something to move myself forward, I can't blame you.
Right.
I can't be afraid of you. Right. I got to keep doing something. Life is, let's say, life is all action and no play. You have to have, life is all action and I guess you could say no laziness, no sitting down.
I got you.
You have to move. If you're not moving, then guess what's going to happen? Life going to overtake you.
Oh, yeah,
and you're
absolutely.
going to stay stuck where you are. It's kind of like the quicksand effect, right? You stand in quicksand for too long, you start sinking. And then the further you sink down, the harder it is for you to come back up.
Yep.
But if you keep on stepping and you keep on stepping and you keep on stepping, even in quicksand, you will eventually get out of it if you keep moving.
Yeah.
And some people move at a faster pace, so they get out faster. But the key is to keep moving. And some of our people just stop moving. They stop right there, believing that somebody put us in a place. And it's like, no, we put us in a place. Because I promise you, where I am today, it is no man that put me there. Nobody. I knew nobody. Some people even think my mother-in-law is the reason why I work for the federal government. No, I didn't even know what she did. Right. My husband tell you, I didn't even know what she did when I applied for this job.
Right.
It just so happens that when you connect with people who have
like a divine journey.
I don't want to be too spiritual on here because I might creep people out. But it's almost like a mantle, right? Somebody passes a mantle to you got a child, you pass a mantle to your child.
Right.
Whatever mantle that is, it's available to her.
Absolutely.
But it's up to her
to
pick it up and grab it and walk in it. So it was an open mantle. When I met my husband, his mother was working for the federal government.
Right.
It was an open mantle. I applied for the federal government because she worked there. Maybe that was the connection that said, oh, okay, good. If it was available for her, it's available for me.
Right.
If it's available for me, it was available for you.
Right.
Because we all had it, right? Because it was a mantle that was a door that was open for us.
Right.
But if we don't walk through that door, we cannot blame other people because we did not take the step.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, sis. I'm glad you said that because that's like the I can't stand that. Like, because people would really sit there and blame you for they shortcomings when they didn't take the steps. It's like, the people blame, like, people would really sit there and blame McDonald's for them being fat.
Right.
Well, stop buying McDonald's.
Hello?
You know what I mean? Like, and then people that don't exercise, will blame their health conditions for why they overweight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Very
you
true.
don't exercise. You know what I'm
Very
saying?
true.
You're not putting like you say, you're not putting yourself in position to be able to do what you
want to do.
Exactly. Like I was telling my husband, a while back, I said, I'm not taking no pills. I listen. My blood pressure been off, up and down, and I said I am not. I do not like taking pills. Right. It is not my thing. Right. I don't like it. Mm-hmm. So then I said, okay, well, I started doing the vegan. Okay. So yeah. I went vegan the beginning of the year or like after December. Something like that. so I'm like a I'll say a veganarian. Right? Oh, veganarian. I'm a veganarian because sometimes I will eat eggs or every now and then if I can't find, I will find something. But now they got these things called Wonder Egg. Hey, Wonder Egg. But they got this thing called Wonder Egg, and it, it tastes like an egg. So now I'm finding alternatives to eat healthier, to live a little bit better. And it used to be where I was kind of, my husband, he ordered pizza again. And blaming other people for not being able to discipline myself. Right. Self-control is a thing, right? Yes, absolutely. So for me, I have a lot more self-control. So when they order pizza or they order, certain things, then I will be like, well, give me some fries because fries are still in the vegan family. Yeah. So give me some fries. Potato. Yeah, give me some fries. But I just hear every time I think of potatoes, I think of Dr. Sebi screaming, potatoes! Oh, Lord. Oh, I don't watch Dr. Sebi because Dr. Sebi go hard. Man, yes, he does. He go hard. He's the Dick Gregory. The plant-based doctor. Yeah, he's the Dick Gregory of plant-based diet. But I mean, I'm not gonna blame somebody else for something that I could have control over myself. Right? I think, sis, I think you just gave me my topic for my next show, man. Self-control. Ooh. Self-control. I think that's my next show. Self-control. That's gonna be a good one. I tell you. Yes, indeed. Important. Nah, because that's real though. Because like when you sit there and think about it, and saying like those people will sit there and lay in that filth and, sit there and blame everybody else for, what they going through. Like, man, pick yourself up, man. Like, you have to do it. You are in control of your own destiny. Yes. You can't blame nobody but you and things don't work out. I can't blame my husband if one morning I don't feel like going to work, and I mean, it's not, he didn't hire me for the job. Right. So no, you get up and you pick yourself up and you do what you have to do for yourself. You can't blame somebody else because things not working for you. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. But man, this has been a good time, sis. Yeah, I really enjoyed myself. I can't wait till the next time. Man, look, for real, like I do not mind, man. Like I said, y'all don't realize how much y'all are helping me out in my career in podcasting, and I just appreciate y'all's support, man. Yeah. But speaking of support, man, I want y'all to check my sister out right now, man. She's wearing the Queen Mentality shirt. You can get yours on mentalgame.net. That's MNTLGAME.net. Now this wasn't no freebie. They spent their hard-earned money, buying merch. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? They always come through. I think they got a closet full, of my merchandise. You know what I'm saying? My niece and my nephews, they got merch. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, everybody mental gamed up, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. But like, go get y'all something. Summertime coming up. We got a lot of summertime wares on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, get to the website right now. Hit me up. Y'all want free shipping, man? I'll hook you up. You know what I'm saying? I take care of you. You know what I mean? It's a game. Yes, indeed. But since I enjoyed you, man, I thank you so much. I thank y'all for coming through. Because I know it's a hike for y'all to come down here, man. I appreciate it. A whole hike. A whole hike, man. But I appreciate y'all coming down, man. Man, what a joy it has been watching y'all, you know what I'm saying, as an influence to me, you know what I'm saying, in my life and whatever I'm trying to do, you know what I'm saying, just kind of have that striking post, kind of like, I don't want to say compare, you know what I'm saying, because there's no comparisons. I know we all got our own lives to live. Yeah. We all got our own walks to walk and our journeys to embark upon. But, you know what I'm saying, it's been an honor to watch y'all grow as a couple and grow as a family. And, I really appreciate y'all, and everything y'all did for me, in my adolescence, 13 years old, and coming up wild and crazy and all that good stuff. But,
thank y'all for coming on the show.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, man.
Look,
man, look. Anytime y'all want to come on the show, man, y'all let me know. I already told Mark, what I'm saying, just let me know. I would love to have y'all.
We gotta have the couples edition.
Oh,
though.
I look.
Yeah,
I will. I will. I need to do that. I will.
Yeah,
Cause y'all are expert. Y'all experts. Yeah. Y'all are the experts.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I would say Aaron and Joe the expert. They got the lit. They got the lit. They got the litage.
Look, nah, but man, look, it's crazy because it's like all of y'all, all three sets of my brothers and their wives, y'all all got different styles.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Aaron and them, they got their own style. Y'all got your own style. AJ and Kim, they got their own style. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm gonna have to rent a studio for a day or something, man, and get all y'all in there and chop it up as far as like couples talk or stuff like that.
Do it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm making margaritas.
Okay, tenfold. I'll take it. I love margarita, man. Look, I appreciate that, man.
We're gonna have Taco Tuesday at your
Man, look, that's another thing, man. Let me tell y'all about my sister, man. My sister's enchiladas, man. I ain't had them in a while, man. Look, I kind of feel bad, man. I remember last time I came over, they were like, oh, and your sister just made up. I miss Taco Tuesday. Oh no,
enchiladas.
Man, I was like, yeah, your sister made enchiladas. You just rubbing it in my doggone face. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna find something I make really good, and I'm go live on Instagram or on Facebook and eat it in front of your face.
Yeah,
that's how my brother do me, man. But it's all good. It's all good. I love him. Yeah, but I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for coming on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for having us.
Oh, no problem. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. We're on iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts now. You know what I'm saying? All my family that are listening and watching, man, I appreciate y'all for the support. I appreciate y'all coming back and subscribing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all are liking, sharing, subscribing, help us out with this algorithm thing, you know what I'm saying, whatever they got going on, help us to continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to engage in some positive, constructive conversation, we have the Mental Game Podcast discussion group, on Facebook. You can hit that up, you know what I'm saying? If you don't use Facebook, hit me up on, send me a DM, you know what I'm saying? We could chop it up, you know what I'm saying? I have been approached by other people that want to be on the show, so that means people are watching, and you know what I'm saying, and they're liking what they're seeing, and they got good opinions. I haven't heard anything bad.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? I'm always getting good feedback. Usually I review the feedback, but I've gotten a lot, so it's like I don't want to be selective. You didn't mention what I told you. Like I'm taking the feedback, and I'm running with it, man.
Yeah.
But but we love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. We hope what we are saying and bringing that you are using and applying it. We got new T-shirt designs coming soon.
Oh yeah.
So y'all stay tuned. Also stay tuned to the Twitch. We're gonna get the Twitchery back going. We're doing a connected franchise on college football right now. If y'all into Twitch is your thing, man, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be playing games and giving game. So, until next time, man, thank y'all for watching the Mental Game Podcast, listening to the Mental Game Podcast. We out.